Hello everyone, it's Stella here. I hope that you're doing great. Welcome to the Bibi and Yaya Show, the place where people come to get inspired about all aspects of life, the vices and the advice. Here, we share people's stories so you don't make the same mistakes in life. We then try to provide these people with solutions through the comments section. Our goal is to share experiences and wisdom with all of you. Today, we have two stories. One from a woman who is in a strange situation with her husband, and one from a girl with an interesting yet dangerous disease. Please keep the comments balling in. Write your solutions or opinions that you think will help these people. We will try to reply to all the comments and will share our opinions. Please show some love to the ones who share their stories by smashing the thumbs up button below. And if this is your first time watching one of our episodes, subscribe to our channel. We are here to help everyone who needs life advice in any good or difficult situation. So you can share your stories with us at the email address in the description below if you need any help. Alright folks, without further ado, let's get into the first story. But before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who likes our videos. It helps the channel a lot. This is the story of a woman who doesn't love her husband anymore. This is her side of the story. I put up with his infidelities. I built up too much in this marriage. Now I'm fed up. I don't love him anymore, and I have filed for divorce. My husband cheated on me so much that I no longer love him. I no longer have any respect for him since he does not respect himself. He does not respect me and does not respect our marriage or his commitment. He did not cheat on me once, twice, 3 times, but several times. Each time he asked for forgiveness, and I forgave him. I repeatedly asked him if I was the problem, and he said no all the time. I asked him why he was doing this. I asked him if I was not taking enough care of myself, and he told me that I'm perfect, that he just does it for the pleasure, and that I was not guilty of anything. Stupid that I was every time I forgave him. He would start over, and during those times he would come home late. He was no longer attentive to me. I went 3 years without having intercourse with him because he pretended to be tired. He neglected me while he invited others and took care of others. I caught him many times in the act, and he asked for forgiveness. I forgave him until the day it destroyed my emotional system. I no longer have respect for him. I no longer love him. I can no longer be committed to someone who does not respect himself. As of telling this story, his deceptions don't hurt me anymore. I do not even consider him. I cook for him and do my chores at home, but I no longer talk to him in the house. I decided to start going out with a colleague as friends, to a restaurant or movies, to forget what I was going through at home. Nothing more. And it really did me good. Even after I still caught him in his cheating, he asked for forgiveness again, but this time I told him to do what he wants with his life. I told him that he could get 1,000 women and it doesn't concern me anymore. I told him that I don't care about him and that he is not the center of my life. My husband had started to say that I have changed. I was staring at him and I did not say anything. I then went to take my bath and go out because I had a business meeting with one of my colleagues about a project. I told my husband about the meeting and he said that I would not leave the house and that I have become too absent in the house and that I go out too much these days. I begged him to let me go as this was important, and then he slapped me. Yes, he slapped me and then started hitting me. This is not fair, but let's continue listening to what happens next. Don't forget to click on the like button below if you have not done so yet and show some support to her. It pissed me off so much that I bit him in the arm with all my strength. I then pushed him towards the table and I told him that if he does that again, I would file a complaint against him, and I left for my meeting. On my return home, there were a lot of people in the house, my family and my in-laws. My husband told them that he was tired and that he regretted marrying me, and he showed the wound on his arm where I had bitten him. He also lied that I am surely cheating on him because I don't talk to him anymore in the house, while I never cheated on him. He was even crying and saying that family must talk to me seriously and educate me on my actions. His comedy pissed me off, so I said in front of everyone present, "That's right, I am asking for a divorce." My husband thought I was joking. Everyone present thought I was joking until I called my divorce lawyer. My husband said he would not grant me the divorce. I told him that if he does not grant it to me, I will show him what being a cheater is, since he lied to everyone that I am unfaithful, while he has been the unfaithful one in the marriage. He started to ask me for forgiveness on his knees in front of everyone and crying. I told him that I had heard too much and that this time it's over, and that he won't have me anymore. I told everyone that this marriage is terminated for me. I rented out an apartment with my 2 children to wait for the divorce to be pronounced. My in-laws harass me every day, saying that I'm a witch, that their son is sick in the hospital. I told them to go F themselves because I know he's pretending to get my compassion. I just want him to sign the divorce paperwork. My family asked me if I was sure of my decision, and I said yes, and in addition, I don't love him anymore. Why would I want to be with a man I don't love anymore? Am I wrong to leave my home? What else would I have done to keep my marriage safe with my husband and my 2 kids? Give me your thoughts on my issue. Well guys, that's a really depressing marriage. Now, our responsibility is to share our opinions with her through the comments section, so she can know what we think about her condition and how we would go ahead with it. Saying that much, let's dive into the second story of a girl with an interesting condition. Hi Stella and viewers, my name is Olivia. I am 20 and I have a disease named CIP, which is congenital insensitivity to pain. This means I cannot feel pain and I don't even know how it feels. This is a very rare hereditary disease. My grandpa had it. You guys must be thinking that feeling no pain must be a great superpower to have, but let me wake you up. We are meant to feel pain for a reason. It's there to warn us when something is wrong, like a stomachache or a fever, or when a cup is too hot to touch. I cannot even run a bath by myself. My mom has to do it for me and check the temperature. I cannot feel hot or cold, and I have no idea what burnt feels like, or what cold hurting feet feels like. I even have to wait for my food to get to a normal temperature before I eat so that I won't burn my mouth. I don't even drink hot drinks. I just stick to juice. I watch my friends with curiosity when they accidentally hurt themselves. I just find their in-pain expressions so odd. My mom shut her finger in the trunk of the car and screamed before she walked off, shaking her hands for at least 10 minutes. If I shut my fingers in the trunk, I wouldn't even flinch, which is bad because I could cause myself more injury. My grandpa, who also had CIP, died at the age of 35 from heart disease. He didn't have any symptoms because of the CIP, so he had no warning signs that he was seriously ill. My parents are terrified that I will end up ill too and not know about it. This seems to get interesting and fearful at the same time, but let's continue listening to what happens next. Don't forget to click the like button below if you have not done so yet to show her some support. I go to the doctor and have complete body checkups every month. There is no definite cure for CIP, although there are some experimental treatments out there. My parents have refused these, and instead of making me feel like a lab rat, they say it's up to me to decide. I have scars on my arm from when I was in a restaurant and spilled a boiling cup of tea on it, but because I didn't feel any pain, I didn't flinch or put it under cold water. I once fell off of a climbing frame and twisted my ankle, but continued to walk on it for the rest of the day. That evening, my mom saw my ankle swollen and took me to the hospital. Turns out I badly sprained it and caused myself more injury by walking around on it all day. I am not allowed to take part in any sports for fear of hurting myself, and I don't cook anything. Even though I am not allowed to play any sports, I once, at lunch break, joined my friends and played basketball. A boy tried to take the ball off me, and I was shoved hard to the ground. He was staring at me open-mouthed, and some of the other kids were gasping at me. I looked at my arm and it was popped out of its socket and hanging there limp. I didn't even realize. The boy walked me to the nurse's room and I sat down on the metal frame bed, all smiles. At least that was up until my body went into meltdown and I fainted. I woke up 3 hours later with my arm in a bandage. Needless to say, my parents were furious. When I was younger, some kids used to hit me to see if I flinched. I used to be covered in bruises and my parents were horrified. They complained to my teacher and they gave a whole lecture about the dangers of my condition. Now that I'm older, I find more friends staying away from me, in fear of hurting me, especially since the arm popping incident. It makes me sad, but there's nothing I can do about it. My friend Kara says that I'm like a real-life superhero. I don't think that I have a very good power at all. I would much rather like to be super fast, or turn invisible. I do worry about my future. I hope I don't end up ill and not realize it like my grandpa. My condition makes my life difficult from time to time, but I am not going to let it get in my way. I may not be a superhero, but I am me, and I will try my best to avoid injuries and have a normal life. Thank you for listening to my story. I didn't know that such a disease existed. I guess we learn new things every day. I can't imagine how difficult it must be for her to manage everything and stay out of any incident while taking every step. Please keep the comments rolling in. We will try to reply to all the comments and share our opinions. If you think that you also need some advice or just want to share any life experiences, we have multiple videos on this channel that cover all topics on life. Feel free to watch all of them, but you can always share your stories with us at the email address in the description below. Love you! Thank you for watching the video. I will see you soon with another intriguing story. And don't forget to smash the like button, share the video with others so that they can contribute with their solutions, and press the bell icon to subscribe. Bye!